much. Well, new tonight, if you walked around all day feeling an impending sense of doom, or you just felt really unlucky, chances are you're superstitious about Friday the 13th, or maybe it was the full moon that convinced you to stay inside tonight.
All right, but is there any real reason to dread a certain day of the week? Well, anchor Carla Wade decided to check it out.
Here at KTMV, we really can't be too superstitious. After all, we work at Channel 13. But if you believe some of those recent studies that say that Friday the 13th is hazardous to your health, or that people do crazy things when there's a full moon, we have some information that should ease your mind. A full moon and on Friday the 13th. It's a double dose of superstition. A triple dose, if we're being more precise.
After that in, it's also a harvest moon. There won't be another full harvest moon for 50 years.
But tonight, it's providing a little ambiance for the Sabre Guild of Las Vegas.
Beautiful. I mean, it's great to have the full moon to serve as our backdrop while we wield our lightsabers around.
And they're fully aware that their presence might reinforce the notion that a full moon brings out the crazies.
I think at this point they're so used to us being out here that they're used to the crazy.
Obviously, they're devoted to a pop culture phenomenon, a mindset making it all the more difficult to ignore common superstitions surrounding Friday the 13th.
I watched a lot of movies when I was a kid, so maybe a little bit. Like I saw Black Cat earlier today, and I kind of stepped around it.
But is there really any reason to tread a little more lightly on Friday the 13th?
There were, however, a couple studies. One back in 1993 that found a small increase, well, actually a pretty large increase incidence in car accidents when they compared Friday the 6th to Friday the 13th, but that was in the UK.
Dr. Dahlia Wax says there was a 2003 study in Finland that found women had more crashes on a Friday the 13th. But it was negated by another study done here in the U.S.
I have not found any evidence that Friday the 13th causes, mayhem and heart attacks and strokes and bad luck.
Dr. Wax says, as much as you might like to believe there's something different in the air, it's really all in your mind.
My guess is if there are more accidents, or if anybody does find any anecdotal evidence, it's because of the anxiety around it. People leave the house going, it's Friday the 13th, be careful. So once you start to second guess yourself and you start to panic, you might be concentrated on the wrong things.
Carla Wade, 13 Action News.